Yeah, listen, he has got injuries, big injuries to big players. But like, I think, reiterating what the guy said, sometimes there's an element of a desire that you want to see from all your players, and I thought in some areas that was lacking. And the way that they set up, who the individuals are, you like to see something that you feel there seems like mapped out and planned. And there was no real identity throughout the team when you watch a team. Like, where do they press? They don't press at all, really, from front areas. Even throughout the team, there's not a real press in the team. And is that through desire? There's no intent to do that from a tactical perspective. They're the questions that you're sitting there asking yourself.
Yeah, I think the lack of quality was there for everyone to see. There is quality out the side at this moment in time. They're a better side. There'll be a better side next season. He's saying that with everyone fit. But there's no excuse when the opponents have got the ball. A team should be set up knowing what they're going to do, knowing how they're going to make themselves difficult, and knowing how they're going to win it back. And then, players are allowed to go if they're going to, play with their shape. So who's going to get in the box? I just think they're just bobbing along at the moment, hoping something's going to happen.
It's flat.
And that's not the way to prepare.
I think that's the great way to say it. It's flat.
Flat. Yeah,
Very
it looks flat. Everything's flat from the leadership downwards. 8 Champions League knockout games now without a win for Jose Mourinho. In fact, Leipzig were in the 3rd division the last time he won a knockout game in the Champions League, which is quite the statistic.
Well, yeah, it's considering his history in the competition.
Yeah.
It's a mad stat, that. But, listen, he's not had the best few years, has he? Man United didn't finish great. I know he won a few trophies there, but, it didn't end very well for him. Tottenham, he's in a real difficult situation. Those players, they lift the players around them, the Kanes, the Sons, because they're that good that they lift everyone else around them, and everyone else just looks a little bit flat to me. I think Dele Alli's the main one, because I feel like he's playing in a position where he just doesn't understand it. He's playing as a centre-forward role, like a number 9.
False 9.
It just doesn't suit him at all.
Yeah.
But a false 9 comes off and gets the ball, gets turned and runs at people.
He's not that player, though, is he?
He's not that player.
No.
So play him in a position, like we said, a little bit deeper, where he's comfortable.
The runs.
And if you want to sacrifice someone, put somebody else up there to be a focal point.
Yeah. They're, I suppose, in terms of Tottenham at the moment, looking ahead to the rest of the season, he's going to have to galvanise them somehow.
Yeah, and that's the duty.
Otherwise they're just going to drift right down, probably not even make the Europa League.
Yeah, and that's the duty of a manager. That's what you're in there to do in times when they're hard, when they're difficult, and you've got loads of injuries, etc. Morale's down. That's down to the management then to actually pick that and lift that up. And that's, yes, in press conferences, players watch that. They're on social media, they see everything and read into everything he says. But more importantly, in the training ground, he has to get them guys lifted off the floor where they are at the moment.
Tough question, and it's always easy with hindsight and stuff. But do you think Jose Mourinho was the right fit for Tottenham?
Oh, I think
because it's given the nature of how the fans like Tottenham's played football, etc.
I think on paper, when Daniel Levy made his decision, the one thing everyone kept saying, we said it.
I said it.
We said
100%,
Poch needs silverware.
Yeah.
He needs silverware.
But are we now seeing that perhaps that's not that easy?
I said earlier, didn't I? I just wondered if he'd gone... As a Spurs man, I just wondered in my heart, I thought, has he lost his mojo? Has he lost his self-belief? Only he would know that now.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that he hasn't, for Tottenham's sake. I really do. There's a big in a way, I think he does need to rebuild. Perhaps not go and get players, but he needs to rebuild that team in the way that he's going to put them out there and play in a shape, or get them knowing exactly what they're doing, every player, and if whoever comes from the bench, that's the shape we're playing, that's what we're going to do.
He said this week that he would win silverware for Tottenham. How far off it are they, though, realistically?
Well in miles off it this season, aren't there? There's no chance this year. Next season, I think, get all those big players back, maybe add it to it a little bit. And he's a winner. I mean, he's a serial winner.
What do they need to add? Where? Midfield?
Well, at the moment, if you look through their team at the
Fullbacks,
moment,
I would think.
all over the place, fullbacks.
Fullbacks and midfield players. Yeah.
It's not that easy, though, is it?
The problem is, as well, internally, within that group of players, there's still players like Celso and Ndombele.
There's talent in there.
Fernandes. They're still trying to prove themselves.
Sometimes it takes a season. Look at someone like Fred, for example, this season at Manchester United suddenly looks a totally different player. Sometimes with foreign players, it does take. They're coming in and it's different.
You can let one do that, or two, but not 4 or 5. There's Sessegnon's career at Tottenham hasn't started.
No, he's
really.
Young.
He's a youngster. So there's a lot of players there. They don't know what their careers are going to be like. We don't know what they're going to be like in 5 years' time. They're actually learning now, and they're not really playing at their very best. The confidence is low, so it is a real tough time.
And the thing is, as well, if you're not playing Champions League football, which they probably won't be next season, it's hard to attract the players that will get you into the Champions League.
It is hard to attract them, you say, but I think those players, once they get back, they have a full pre-season. Like you said, as long as something doesn't happen in the Euros, they'll all be fit and raring to go. But what we don't want to see is this season just finish. You know, they need to have a go this year.
I also think they didn't plan to lose the cup final last year. They didn't plan.
No.
They were hoping they were going to win it, of course. But that was Tottenham's moment, a crossroads in their history.
Yeah.
First time they've gone there. What happens if we don't win it? Well, we then still got to play, and there's the money that's going to go and get players that you want to go and get, and build from there, from a really strong position. OK, it was disappointing they didn't win it, and it was a poor game, but it wasn't thought about how the foundations were going to be put in then, and they've missed out, I'm afraid.
Okay.